kick your shoes and your socks off.
All right. So he's getting ready to do the foot assessment. Is
Yeah,
that what
we're just looking at his feet, just how he stands. And so first thing that I've always want to do is just look at what he does in a natural environment. So as he's standing here, a couple things that we want to look at is I want to see what his toes are doing. You can see his left toe is worse than his right toe. He's going to pronate a little bit more on his left side versus his right side.
So that means his foot's flattening.
His foot is flattening, correct.
Okay.
So yeah, so he's going to create a little internal rotation of this entire left leg, a little bit more on his right side. So this may affect him when he's wanting to run, if he was to run, or just basic walking, squatting, any motion that's going to create movement through the hip is now going to cause some of those issues.
It makes perfect sense. It all starts from the ground up, so.
So yeah, I mean, you look at kids, kids crawl before they walk before they run, and so same thing, we never exercise our feet anymore. So what I want to do with him is just see, can he even get his foot into a correct position? Can he just roll that ankle out just a little bit and try and see if he can create an arch? Or even if he lifts his big toe up off the ground, what starts to happen is if he can't even lift through here, right, he can't even get that arch, but if I can help him.
Now look at that range of motion when he lifts your toe for you.
This is all I got right there.
So you'll notice here, he can lift Adam's toe. That's his range of motion, but Adam can't hold it up there. That's a neuromuscular issue.
Yeah, and
which can come from training.
He's got his own active control through here that when I passively try and lift, we know that he's got more motion. He just doesn't have the wherewithal in his brain to tell him to get into that position. And that's going to help with that pronation or aid in that.
And now, Justin, do you think that'll affect things like his squats, his deadlifts,
definitely.
his lunges? Okay.
Well, it's going to affect that for sure because just his feet are not doing what they should be doing anymore.
Okay. All right, so how do we start working on that?
So let's just get him down onto hands and knees. So
that's a familiar position for him.
It's one that he likes.
Quadruped?
That's right, quadruped position. So things I'm looking for first is hands directly underneath your shoulders and then shoulder width apart. Knees are going to be directly underneath your hips and then let's go right underneath the belly button. So bring them forward just a bit and then on your toes on the backside.
Like this?
Yep. So one thing that I look at here is can he even get his toes into extension on this backside?
Oh,
so
I see.
I can see on his left side he's definitely worse than he is on his right side.
Oh wow, look at that.
So even if I just had him try and sit back onto his toes, we want to try and create more extension. So go ahead and just sit yourself straight back onto your toes here. Yep, just like that.
And just see how much more we can
and just
get
see
those
how
toes to bend.
Exactly. So if we wanted to help him, we could even come in here and apply a little overpressure, and he's going to feel that right into that big toe joint because that toe just doesn't want to move.
I see.
But he's now putting himself into that position. So from here, I'd have you just slide right on forward again. And so if we want to now start to just challenge his system a little bit more, we can get him to work a little bit harder. So lift your knees just 1 inch off the ground.
One knee.
Just one
No,
side?
just go both knees.
What?
Both knees, just
Oh,
1
on
inch
your
off the
toes,
ground.
on your toes.
Yeah,
buddy.
you're staying
Oh,
on
on
here.
my toes
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Oh,
Perfect.
okay.
And so again, what I'm looking for is can he just maintain this position as well? So as he's maintaining, he's driving through his toes here. His core has to work. We want to make sure he's not creating any more, flexion of the back or extension. What are his shoulders doing through here? And this is going to start to tax him.
Yeah, it's already.
So this is now, you did this to me the other day. It's extremely challenging, but you're looking for control here.
I'm looking for control.
Okay.
Yeah, this should not be. This is a 90-degree squat if we were to put him in an upright position.
Wow, yeah, it is.
So he should be able to maintain this, and since he can squat a lot
Especially
of
if
weight,
he can squat over 400 pounds.
exactly, he can't hold his own body.
But right now he's
already
shaking
like
he's
crazy.
shaking like a shitting dog right now.
So if I wanted to even get his shoulders to work harder, I want him to create this crease needs to go out. So you can see now how tight he is through here, especially left side to right side.
Oh, I see.
He can't even get this left side to externally rotate. So
And you know what's funny too, Justin? He's been having issues with his elbows.
so that was
and he's
about
tired.
30 seconds and he's already taxed out.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's intense.
So any movement? So is this alone something he can practice
Definitely.
to get more stable in these
Yeah,
positions?
just more stable. And then after
So
this,
so toes on the ground, elevate the knees a little bit, rotate the elbow so you kind of
So
internally rotate.
you're externally rotating
Oh,
here.
externally,
Yep,
this
that's
way.
internal there, external.
External right
is
there. Externally
we
rotating
go.
there, and squeezing. Does he do anything with his fingers on the
Well,
ground?
not yet. He can drive through the knuckles if he wants. He's going to activate those forearms a little bit more, but I would take this step by step with him. He's struggling with here right now. If I wanted to tax his shoulders a bit more, lift your left foot just a sliver off the ground. And then watch what the hips are going to do and watch how much harder he's
see.
working through his shoulders as he's
Interesting.
doing this. So he's struggling to really create that external rotation and drive, keep going. And you see how he wants to cheat by now pulling his heel to his butt.
I see. So that's more, so this is creating stability. What are the areas that this is going to be helping?
Well, this
if he does the basic one where he lifts just the knees off and extends the elbows.
So a basic position he can go into is where you just go back in that same position. This is like a 6-point stance, right? He's got 2 hands, 2 knees, and 2 feet on the ground.
Got it.
From a 6-point, we go to a 4-point.
Okay.
4-point is just elevating the knees off the ground.
That's one level of difficulty.
That's it. And then we go to a 3-point, right? And then from a 3-point, we'd like to transition to a 2-point.
Got it. Now let's say somebody wants to do this movement to increase stability in strength in their feet, stability in their shoulders, like you're saying, and they do the basic knees hovering off the floor. How would they do that? Should they hold this for?
Hold it for, this is that time under tension. How
so
long
like
can they
20
hold it for?
seconds?
Well, again, some people may tax out in 5 seconds. They may take 10, 15, 20, 30. You'll see when they start creating that mini earthquake through there, or their body starts to compensate, hips start to rotate, they start hiking that heel close to the butt, then I'm gonna say, okay, rest, relax for about a 5-second, 10-second count, let's do it again.
Awesome.
So in your opinion, what do you think that you should, like before you progress to the 3-point or the 2-point, how much time and attention do you think?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30
Before you
seconds.
start adding more to it.
So Adam was asking. So 30 seconds is the goal to get to. Frequency is probably important. Doing this frequently will give you better results.
As often a day as you can.
Excellent, beautiful, good job, brother.